So what's going on out there?
Long morning already.
Yeah. Yeah. Been waiting, what? Good 2.5 hours to get down there?
Well, I waited.
You gotta wait, usually you got a good
hour and a half. So, it is what it is.
I guess one day out of the week ain't bad. But, we back again. Gonna touch on a couple of things this week. Some in the news, some not so in the news. Shoot the ish. Yeah. So what we got on the menu for today, Cam?
All wings. Wing it. I mean, started watching that TV show Underground. John Legend flick. Pretty decent. I mean, I don't know how to say either one of the main characters' names because it leaves me. But they do good.
What's happening in it? What's it about?
Slavery.
About slavery?
Yeah, it's about slavery, and so far just two people. Well, it was a group of them. Only 3 of them survived. But
so
it was. I'm trying to remember their names.
Kind of like a homicide type story, or
No, it's on the plantation. They run away type stuff. You know, I mean, it's a good TV show.
Is it on? What is it on? Is it on Netflix?
It's on WGN.
Oh, okay.
But of course, I caught up with it watching it through Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
Ain't heard nothing about that.
it's a good TV show though. Good TV show.
No, I take that back. I think I seen like a little title called Underground. It seemed much, but I ain't know what it was about.
Yeah, it's so supposedly it's supposed to be well, ain't no supposedly it is John Legend. Some John Legend did. So I clicked on it. I mean, the main character. I want to say his last name is Hodge. He played in the TV show Leverage as well. He's a good actor. And then the young girl that played on Roll Bounce. The light skinned girl that played on Roll Bounce.
It's been a minute. The only thing I remember right now is Charlie Murphy talking about Bow Wow.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, she in it too. It's focused around them too. Yeah, it's a good TV show.
I mean,
if it's
like historically accurate or anything like that.
I don't know if it's historically accurate because I don't know who but I'm pretty sure it is. John Legend putting his name behind. I'm pretty sure he did his homework. And yeah, so if you see it on TV and he's just not doing anything, I recommend you check it out.
Okay. That don't sound too bad. Although, in the media they talk about you hear a lot of too much slavery stuff going on. They need to stop talking about it. They need to stop showing movies and shows on it and stuff like that. So occasionally that's what I hear at least. But I don't think it's bad to show, so you never forget, and you should not want to forget about slavery. That's what I feel. Shouldn't want to forget. You gotta remember. We gotta remember. I don't think enough of us even know about it. And of course, like I said before, they're trying to take it out of the history books as slavery and call it indentured servitude. Which pretty much, what does that mean? You go to the law. I believe it means you pretty much work for free, but you don't get everything else that came with slavery. And if they try to portray us right now, I prefer to go to prefer to recreate our own school. There we go.
Yeah.
So, well, got a little skit. Indentured servants were men and women who signed a contract, also known as an indentured or covenant, by which they agreed to work for a certain number of years in exchange for transportation to Virginia, and once they arrived, food and clothing and shelter were granted to them. Okay, so that was Virginia servitude. That is like a little bit of an overview of what they would sign off for. So you working for pretty much the stuff that you need, kind of like a regular job in some ways, but you getting clothing and food and transportation and all that type of stuff out of it, rather than money. And that's exactly was not what was happening with us back in slavery time. So, yeah, we definitely can't call what happened to us indentured servitude. So, I think you got to keep seeing these type of things. And you got to see how corrupt this system is. And something else I want to touch on. Have you seen the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, I saw both of them.
What'd you think about that?
Good.
No, I asked because I know Carlos had the little post yesterday about why is it okay for us to like crack Spanish jokes and stuff like that, and then when like they crack a black joke, it's a terrible thing and people ready to fight and stuff like that.
It's vice versa. It all depends on the person.
Yeah.
Some people don't like Hispanic jokes being told. Some people don't like white jokes being told. Shit, damn near everybody don't like the gay joke being told or the trans joke being told. But hey, the joke is a joke. It's funny. I'm gonna laugh.
I don't think it is no more. For us, it is still a joke, but for the new age, they a lot more sensitive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with the reason why I reference the Dave Chappelle stuff is because remember back in the day when you see like Eddie Murphy and Raw, or like Martin Lawrence with his stand-ups and stuff like that. Like you heard way worse shit than what he was talking, and just to him touching on like OJ and the fact that his wife died and stuff like that. Like the first joke he cracked about his wife, OJ wife died.
Soon to be deceased.
Yeah, like you heard a whole bunch of, like shock and surprise, like motherfuckers ain't know she was dead for a long time or something like that.
She's been dead almost all our lives.
Right. So
she's
been
dead. Pretty sure people who was in that crowd, she been dead their whole life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, why are you surprised that he said it? Or
what the hell was he supposed to say? And his wife?
I don't know what he's supposed to say, but I'm saying that's what it's like. The dynamic of comedy is changing.
Was it supposed to be his ex-wife?
I don't know what have made it better, but for some reason the people was shocked by that. They were shocked by the way I think they called him like discriminatory and stuff like that.
I read a report where they was talking about the joke when he was like, he rapes to saves. He rapes a lot, but he only rapes to save. And if you didn't get that joke the way he set it up to a white man in Texas about a superhero who needs to pat pussies and rape to get his superhero power, not only did that superhero do that, but the president of the United States also pats pussies and rape people. So if you didn't get that connection, stop watching comedy because you're stupid as fuck.
No, it was really mad. It was mad. Oh, shout outs to them. I don't know if you've seen it. I was gonna check it out. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle did like a comedy skit the other day, or at least they showed it on there. But he also touched on like the equality issue and stuff like that, and how he was like, for women, being equal as far as pay and all that stuff, and like I support you. But then, when white women come up to him talking about, yeah, we all in the struggle together and our struggle is the same. And he like, no, that's where it stops. Like
struggle and struggle, no struggle,
struggle ain't struggle. Not what we go through. What we go through and what you go through is completely different. So, people felt some type of way about that. Of course, a couple of white women felt some way about that. But it's like, how? How can you go to a comedy show and, especially from a black motherfucker, and not expect this type of comedy?
Especially from Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And it's not comedy. It's life events. It's life events just made into a joke. Like the whole joke when he walked up to the transgender and he said, "Is he okay?" Excuse you? You mean she? Well, I can clearly see it's a man, so I'm going to go by what my eyes see. Well, and then like when he said, she might need an ambulance because her ball's hanging out. Obviously, it's not no she.
But that's the thing in this day and age.
And that's the crazy part about it was he was actually trying to help.
Yeah.
So because he said which that's what the hell he was born, they want him bad.
Yeah, it's a different day and age of things. That was so weird it wasn't weird to hear because I've heard it before, but it's weird to see, knowing that it's the truth. It's like it's weird when I see a person get mad about the truth. Like, your struggle ain't my struggle. Your struggle never gonna be my struggle. Your struggle can't be my struggle when you can call the police saying there's a man out and about causing havoc, just doing the most, and police show up and I'm right next to you, and I guarantee you the police gonna automatically assume it's me. You know what I'm saying? That type of scenario happens a lot, and so you can't say your struggle is the same as mine if there's an issue and I'm most likely going to be blamed for it. That is how I feel, about that.
People don't understand.
It's the weirdest part. I don't know when the dynamics started to change on everything. Everything is changing. Music is changing. It's so different nowadays. For the most part, I think we still represent it well in music. Coming from the people that we listen to, the Kendricks, the Coles, the rappers that know their history and choose to continue that greatness. But it's kind of becoming too far and in between. And gotta kind of fix that, but I'm not mad at the level in which they rap nowadays. Some people. Can't say all, because I'm not a fan of all.
I'm only a fan of few. Keep it honest. Another little review, I guess you could say. It's been out for a while. But that Iron Fist, that shit sucks.
Your review of it almost makes me not want to watch it.
That shit sucks. It's like a porno with no cum cum shot. Like, I was very, very, very disappointed in you, Marvel. And you too, Netflix, for putting that shit on your goddamn thing. And making me click on it. Like, that shit sucked.
Was there not enough action, Perry?
It wasn't that, it was the way it ended. Like, it ended like,
I ain't even see.
seriously? Like, I know it's another fucking episode after this. It better be another episode after this. Nope, it's not. Just,
So it wasn't bad up until that point.
No, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't extraordinary. I mean, it's like Daredevil, 9.5. Luke Cage, 9.5. Jessica Jones, I give that shit a 7.
Yeah, that wasn't really. I ain't even finished. I ain't even finished.
Iron Fist is like a fucking 5.5, 6.
Okay, so, and this might take us back to some stuff that we talked last time.
Yeah.
What was your expectations of Iron Fist?
I thought it was gonna be better than that shit.
So what was missing? You would say.
A cum shot, shit. Fuck. It was. It was
elaborate
missing,
on what the cum shot is.
It was missing the best. Like, the ending sucked. It just sucked. Just sucked. That's it.
So it was the ending. It wasn't the show. It was just the ending.
The show is the ending. The ending is the show. That's where they should end that motherfucking saga.
No, you gotta talk about it so people understand what you said.
It flatlined, like,
So it was.
It went up, it went halfway up to the peak, and then just it's over with.
Alright.
I mean, shit, they could have just copied Daredevil all the way.
Luke Cage was decent. I don't know if you shouted out Luke Cage.
No, I just said Luke Cage 9.5.
I thought you said.
I said Daredevil 9.5, Luke Cage 9.5, Jessica Jones a 7, and this bullshit a 5, maybe 6.
Damn. Well, you know what? He might be right, because normally when I see a Marvel show, I would go and click on it and, watch it right away. The Jessica Jones was not really my cup of tea, but I still might finish that series because I got time. It ain't going nowhere. But wasn't really
about to be season 2.
I wasn't really feeling it. Daredevil was my stuff, you know what I'm saying? I liked both seasons. Definitely like Luke Cage. And when I seen Iron Fist, which I actually really wanted to see the show because it seemed like he seemed like a good character. It was almost like when it came on, it's like, I'll catch it later. Like, I'll watch it later. But I'm not in a rush to see it.
And Iron Fist, to me, Iron Fist had the motherfucking a partial background story like the Green Arrow.
The Green Arrow?
Yeah.
You talking about from DC?
Yeah. With a mixture of the Daredevil.
But you talking about, wait,
the
show,
prodigal,
right?
The prodigal son returns. Yeah.
That's got like 5 seasons, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's good like Arrow. I'm saying like he was missing. Now he comes back. He wants to fight evil. Could have fucking changed that shit a little bit.
There was always the same type of spinoffs. It's just Marvel called some of their shows.
And using the motherfucking plane crash, you ain't got no cuts, no scratches, no permanent bruises, none of that shit. Like your seat just fell over there and snow all perfect. Fuck about it.
So is that what y'all be wanting to see? Like some realistic stuff?
At least put some type of realistic. Okay, look, realistic. Daredevil, he's blind, he needs help. He gets his ass whooped. Like, I don't know if you saw, but Iron Fist, first off, like, it took him 3 episodes to even learn how to fucking use his fist. Like, come on, now. And then, like, it's so stupid the way he do. You're stupid, man. I give that motherfucker an F+.
I just probably want to get down to the higher ratings of trash movies and shows.
Yeah, I saw that trash that you was talking about the other week.
What trash?
The Transformers movie.
Yeah. Which Transformers?
Dark Side of the Moon.
No. I never said it wasn't. I didn't say it was great.
That's
cool.
the weakest. That's the weakest movie of the whole goddamn Transformers. Like.
You got yours, I got mine. Now, did that one really bring me out of the shell? Like, no. Was it better than 2? No. But for me, like I said before, it was better than 4. I feel 4 wasn't really doing it for me.
Motherfucker wasn't better than the cars riding down the street and getting into action.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch the 4th one again. Try not to fall asleep. You know how it goes. We're gonna have to one day get into what's action versus dialogue. Well, what do we consider this? Because this is a thing we can go back and forth on.
I randomly asked 20 people that came to the cab stand at work about that. And the 20 people that said that they have watched all of the Transformers said your ass crazy if you thought there was too much dialogue in that last movie. Some people said they didn't even get the damn storyline because there was too much action and not enough dialogue.
Yeah, that was 20 people at a cab stand.
Yeah, 20 random
people. You
people.
don't even know if people seen the actual movie.
No, I mean when they can give you descriptions of it, they can they'll let you know that they didn't see it.
I can give you a description too. I can look at the trailer.
No, I'm talking about stuff that's not in the trailer. We had legitimate talk.
I think that's still bull, but that's just me. I like to see. Like I said, I don't fall asleep on action. I will fall asleep on dialogue.
Obviously, you fell asleep on action that time.
Yeah, because there wasn't no action. It wasn't much action. He keep making me seem like I'm crazy or something like that.
Because you is crazy.
That there wasn't much action to me. I know the final seasons are gonna be action packed.
So what was the final scene to you? When did the final scene start with
When
you?
the final scene start with me, probably when they was in the spaceship trying to get over here. Those was kind of closing scenes anyway. So,
dude, after that scene right there, that's a whole nother hour of nothing but action.
I give it another 30, 40 minutes. Another hour.
Dude, that's when they was still in Chicago. They was in China for 40 minutes. They was in China for 40 minutes. They weren't even out of Chicago when that happened. So obviously you ain't watched the movie.
I watched the movie twice in theaters. It didn't do it for me.
You obviously ain't watched it.
I watched the movie twice.
From what you said,
the first time
what you said, the movie only an hour and 30 minutes.
No, I watched the movie all the way through in theaters, and then the second time I fell asleep because I knew how boring it was gonna be. Like it was boring. I mean, I'm just maybe one of the few. I might be 1 out of 10 that don't feel what you're saying.
1 out of a million.
Okay. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man.
Yeah.
In some cases, I don't believe y'all know what y'all talking about. But hey, to each his own. To each his own.
Live Free Die Hard had way more dialogue than Transformers.
So there was barely.
I bet you there was a lot of action in Die Hard.
There was barely any action in that movie, right?
What?
In Live Free Die Hard.
No, it was a shitload of action in Live Free Die Hard. It's a Bruce Willis movie.
Okay, so I already know it's a Bruce Willis movie. It's gonna be action, unless it's like one of those movies where it's.
And they had way more dialogue than the last Transformers. Well, if you can't fall asleep on Live Free Die Hard with the little mushroom head guy, I don't know his name.
It's like, what can I say? To each his own, but I felt like it was still too much dialogue.
Nah.
Daughter going to school. She got a boyfriend who does dirt bike, dirt drag racing, red drag racing and stuff like that. He never actually drag races. You just see him drag racing the car. What is it?
It wasn't even a drag racing car.
It was a rally racing car. Regardless.
Dude, that's all the first 20 minutes.
Oh my God, kid. I hate it when you do that. I hate it when you do that, man.
No, that's literally.
Make it seem
that's literally the first 20 minutes.
But I'm saying if the nigga come out of nowhere in a rally car.
He was in the field.
Right.
They showed his house.
And
they showed his house.
That's the mixture of action you're talking about, though, right?
That's not action.
When he was in the field, what was happening? What was going
Nothing.
on?
He was sitting there.
They were coming for them at that time, right?
He was sitting there as the cars was pulling up.
That's what I just said. They was coming there as he was sitting there.
Then after that, then what happened?
Right. When they dipped.
Then after that, what happened?
So this is where you're still in action, right? Because when they hopped in the whip, there was nothing but action in that scene.
You talking about when Optimus Prime just flew up out of the fucking basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's dialogue to you.
So part of that is dialogue. Ain't they talking in those scenes?
They talked at the beginning.
Okay.
And then how much action was it right after that?
Here's my thing about that. There was action. Well, it wasn't really
action was
crazy action because they're driving. They're trying to get away. But there's not really much action you can put into them trying to drive away.
When you add driving, shooting, and maneuvering, that's action.
But they wasn't really shooting. They were just driving. They
wasn't nobody shooting at them?
I'm saying they weren't shooting. The ones that were trying to get away wasn't.
But wasn't they showing
they
people
were
that were shooting?
They were showing the shooting.
So that go another that's 15. That's like 10, 15 minutes straight of them doing that.
Okay.
Then after that, they talked. Kelsey Grammer talked for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Then they had to. They got the drone. They left the gas station. They went to the building.
That's part of Kelsey Grammer. Oh, you missed a whole little section right there.
No, I know what happened, but I'm just skipping over.
Yeah.
The nigga in a scene building robots from old shit. They had a scene in the Chicago theater. I guess.
Dude,
I guess making Optimus come alive is action. So
Optimus did come alive inside the Chicago
He had
theater.
to. What are you talking about?
He told the truck to the barn.
Okay, so that's a little bit more dialogue there.
That's the whole first 20 minutes.
You just said
that was before the whole rally car dude came up.
You gotta keep breaking it down. Okay. Alright. So there's clearly a lot of action in that movie. Maybe the action was boring to me. I guess I'll say that, man. Because, I mean, him jumping out of a window, from a rally car, that was pretty cool. I was glad Buddy kind of got burnt up because he ended up was the one calling the feds. That was kind of cool. Yeah. A couple of parts of the movie was cool for me. I liked it when they was on the ship, which is the reason Mark Wahlberg even got an alien gun in the first place. He wouldn't be able to do shit with a normal gun. Of course, we know that.
Shia LaBeouf only did
let's just say we could never know because Shia LaBeouf never had an alien gun. They didn't give that to him.
He was too busy screaming. Why would you give somebody screaming a gun?
Because you gotta have some.
You don't give someone screaming a gun.
Yeah, and you take a gun when you own an alien ship, and you have the risk of being captured. What are you gonna do? You're gonna take a gun if you find a gun. I don't care what anybody says. You're gonna take the gun. You're gonna use the gun.
So when Shia LaBeouf was captured in Dark Side of the Moon, then
did they take him on a ship?
He was inside thing later.
Did they take him on a ship?
They didn't take him on the ship. They took his daughter on the ship.
He got onto the ship.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, if you need to defend yourself on a ship
LaBeouf
that you don't know about,
Shia LaBeouf worked for these motherfuckers.
No, his girl worked for these motherfuckers.
No, he did too. He worked in the same building. Remember his boss?
Yeah, a little cornball dude.
Yeah. Now, that's what you call a lot of fucking dialogue. That movie had a shitload of dialogue. And he skipped through a lot of the motherfucking action scenes. Like, how you don't show us when they come back to the motherfucking city and driving down Wabash shooting motherfuckers up. How you don't show us that part? You just go straight through that shit real quick with a speed camera.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna just have to watch it again. As boring as it was for me, figure something out. But I like my action movies. Or maybe I just don't know what action is. Or maybe I'm just a different action
I think you
type
got
of
a
guy.
point there.
I might just be a different action type of guy. Like, Expendables has somewhat no plot, a lot of action. I mean, you know what's happening, but they're killing a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, not much plot there. A little bit too much
That's
action.
a horrible fucking movie. All of them are horrible.
Why is that?
All the movies suck.
Why is that?
Because it don't make, none of the shit makes sense. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this and then they're gonna
Why?
kill.
Why
They're
don't
gonna
it make
kill.
sense?
They're gonna kill the young dude. Then we're gonna find him and then we're gonna kill him.
Why don't that make
Then
sense?
then
That's
what
an
we're
easy
gonna
plot.
do is when they take this girl right here, we're gonna find him and we're gonna kill him. Come on, man.
That has too much action and not enough dialogue.
This shit don't have nothing. The action ain't even good. The action in the movie's not even fucking good.
Oh my god.
The action in the movie's not even good. Dude, when Bruce Willis sit up and say after he signed the contract and they started filming, he regretted that he signed the contract, you know something's wrong.
I said there was too much action. I did not say there wasn't too much action.
I didn't say that it
much
wasn't
action.
no action. I just said the damn movie sucked.
But why did they suck?
Because it sucked. It did nothing made sense.
Because there was no dialogue.
Dude, it's movies with no dialogue that make more sense. The Marine made more sense than that, and the Marine sucked ass too. Any one of the motherfuckers you want to pick.
I don't know.
I'd rather watch Sharknado than watch this.
What's a good action movie to you?
Depending on what type of action you talking about. Is you talking about sci-fi? Is you talking about humans or what? What type of action
I
you
don't
talking
even
about?
know why we would go to that. Because every time we go to that,
No,
it's,
because
it's a difference in what
'cause
happened.
you can- 'cause
Because you saying it can't happen,
Because
and
you
then
can say motherfucking what's the name of that goddamn movie with the blue people?
you talking about the Smurfs,
No, not the Smurfs. I said the blue people.
the blue people.
Yeah, the blue people, not the blue stuffed animals. The blue people. Name of that goddamn movie.
Is it a recent movie?
Nah, man. Avatar. You know
Oh,
what it comes. Like, you can say that's a good ass motherfucking action movie, but it's a shitload of dialogue. But it's a good action movie.
I can't.
It's a lot of action in it. Shit. Die Hard. Those are good action movies. Except the last one. That one kind of is. It's alright, but it's kind of is.
All right. So
Terminator 1.
the Fast
and
and
2.
Furious series. What about that? Do you consider that action?
I consider that good movie. Don't know how the fuck they went to Tokyo. Good movie, and the rest of the shit trash.
The rest of it.
The rest
So
of
you
the
mean
shit trash.
from that last actual that said Fast and Furious, the fourth one?
That was all right, but that's the last one that I just sit down and just watch.
So Fast 5 was trash.
Dude, like those motherfucking movies been trash. People just go see the motherfucking movies because they like Paul Walker and Vin Diesel and Ludacris and them. But that's the only reason why the movies still get people, because people like supporting actors that they like. But if the movie's trash, it's trash. Like, I haven't even seen the last two. It don't make no sense to see the last two. When y'all start jumping cars from building to building, you're not Fast and the Furious no more, motherfucker. You're maneuvering. You fastly maneuvering.
I think your realism is where it come into play.
No, it's not the realism. It's supposed to be a movie about cars. The last movie that they made that was about cars was the fourth one. That was the last one that was about cars. Now it's just getting expensive cars and motherfucking do crazy shit with them. That's all it's about now.
Wait, when you say about cars, you mean racing the cars?
Yeah, the first movie was about racing the cars. The second movie was about racing the cars. I don't know what the fuck they did with Tokyo Drift. And the fourth movie geared around racing the cars, but it was also to get hurt too. But it was geared around racing cars. After that, ain't no more motherfucking races.
Well, there were.
There was one more race where they wanted to race to see about who was gonna get the money for the most money. 20 G's was on the line or whatever.
They're doing racing stuff. They're just not racing in the other movies.
It's not a
the
movie.
The plots that
it wasn't
there really
about
ain't no reason for racing.
The movie wasn't about racing.
But the first one, you see the difference between the first one and the fifth one. The first one was about racing.
Yeah, and when it stopped being about racing is when that shit stopped.
It's still about being fast, but it's not it.
No, it wasn't about being fast. It was about
you can't
racing.
make them about all racing. You couldn't possibly make it all about racing.
Motherfucking watch Velocity. These TV shows been on 5, 6, 7, 8 motherfucking seasons, and it's been about racing.
Okay, so what do they do on Velocity? Because I've never seen it.
If you watch Street Outlaws, every motherfucking episode, a whole hour about racing. That's
it's
what
racing. But what else? What else are they doing? Because I know it ain't no show that just consists of a person literally putting a car
racing. They build a car sometimes.
There we go.
And then they race.
There we go. That's all I want to know.
What race was in 5? When did they race?
What you mean? You said it. They had to race for the whips that they had to obtain just to see if they were fast.
Did you see any of the races?
I didn't see the races.
Did they show any of the races? No. Did they show any of the races?
No.
Okay.
But they did show you doing a circuit around to see if the cars were fast enough.
That's not racing.
But if you know
but
the plot of that movie,
racing.
It's not for racing.
Dude, the movie started off about people racing cars.
Right.
I want to get him because he's racing cars and his racing squad is stealing shit.
To tell me you would want to see a movie continue about racing your car.
If you look at their numbers, it's not just me.
No, their numbers after they came out with Fast 5 went back up. Why do you think they got so many reboots of the movie? They got more.
Their numbers went up because people want to see the Paul Walker movie. The last Paul Walker movie. It went up. But after that,
6 was the last Paul Walker.
No, they want to see the one when Vin Diesel walked around the motherfucking country singing the goddamn song and shit. The Long Day song. It's been a long day song. Whatever the fuck it is.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was probably Fast 6 though.
I don't know. I started watching the shits after 4. Because it's not about the cars anymore.
You say it's not about the cars. That's generally
okay. What do the plot?
All they
what is this plot for this next movie, Fate of Furies? What is the plot?
The plot is Vin Diesel turns bad. Nobody knows the reason.
Not a goddamn thing to do with cars. Not a goddamn thing to do with cars.
How do they get to Vin Diesel? You got to use what you know from your racing days.
But
pick up the man,
it do
the
not
ultimate
have nothing
racer.
to do
Okay,
with
why would
cars.
you want to see a movie where Okay, I get what you're saying.
That's,
I get what
that's
I'm saying.
if that's
But
the
for
point,
me,
change the
why-
whole
that's what they
goddamn
were
thing.
doing. They're not calling it as, oh, I'm racing against him. You know why? Because we already know Vin Diesel can beat everybody. He beat everybody in every movie. What do you say in the 5 when they was in Brazil?
I don't know. I stopped watching after 4.
Okay, well, when they was in Brazil, what happened? They told him.
Oh, that's when they stole the safe, right?
Yeah.
Not a goddamn thing to do with cars.
They had to pick up the cars. So what they say? Oh, Van,
you can get a diesel truck to pull a safe.
What?
You can get a truck to pull a safe.
I'm not saying that you can't get a truck. What I'm saying to you is, in that moment where he needed the car just to see if it was fast enough to get out of the view of the cameras, they said he went to do. I'm gonna race you for your whip. It's supposed to be the fastest whip here. I'm gonna race you for your whip.
Did you see that race?
No. But what I'm saying is, we already knew what the outcome was gonna be. Even if we seen him race, we already knew what that Vin Diesel was gonna beat him. He's supposed to be the best racer.
But did you see the race?
Do you need to see the race if you know who's gonna win?
Yes, because you don't always know who. See, and that's the point of this shit.
But that's
no one always wins. The best driver, the best driver that was in America, the best street race driver that was in America, just lost his motherfucking crown. Mm-hmm. Won like fucking 47 goddamn races. Just lost his crown. Mm-hmm. But for you to make it seem like even when you look at all the Bruce Willis Die Hard movies, Bruce Willis get his ass whooped. Don't shit happen to this motherfucker. The most thing that happened to this motherfucker was that he ran into a motherfucking semi truck in the first one.
Okay. So if you're trying to say that we need to see him lose, we almost did.
We need to see races.
And what was it? Was it the 4th one? He almost lost. He raced with Paul Walker. He raced against him, and he had to hit him.
No, he did lose.
No, he didn't.
He had to hit him.
That's what I'm saying.
Once you go over your line, you lose.
That's what I'm saying. So he almost lost.
If you want
to take
over your line, you lose.
If you want to take that as a loss, I respect that.
That's a loss.
He almost lost in the movie, as far as the movie shows. So it's not like he can't be beat, but you already knew he was going to dust Buddy, because he comes up with ways.
Supposed to be geared around cars.
They are.
That's what. Dude, like these last couple movies ain't got nothing to do with cars.
The Rock and Ludacris literally go pick up cars. They're talking about cars. They go pick up cars because the cars that they are using in the chasing scenes are government issued and can't be fucked with. So they go get new cars. They discuss the cars. They ain't even say it. Luda say you gotta treat your car.
If there's any other car guy listening to this, they're not listening to you right now.
Okay.
For the simple fact, you want to pick up a car don't have anything to do with racing cars.
You just said it wasn't about cars. I'm telling you,
about cars aren't just talking about cars. So we can call this episode a car episode, then, right?
What episode?
This is this episode that we
because we talking about cars.
We talk about cars. We can call this a car episode, right?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
No. Because
this particular part.
What about cars are we really informing you about?
Okay, so if a motherfucker touch on a car or two, they not talking about cars, right? That's what you saying.
No, what I'm saying is the movies are supposed to be about the
racing,
cars.
Right? Is it about cars or is it about racing? Because if it's about cars, they're talking about cars.
You can't say, oh, it's just about cars just because you're talking about the car.
And then you're using cars. What I'm not seeing what you're saying.
Like, look at why they got big. When they first came out with Fast and the Furious 1 and Too Fast, Too Furious, what was going on there?
They was racing.
No, what happened? Not in the movie. What happened after that movie? What everybody wanted to do?
Go get a car or something like that.
And race the cars.
Yeah.
I don't want to go race no goddamn car now looking at this bullshit. Unless you want to try to pin my car on top of the motherfucking Sears Tower and see if I can jump to the next building.
You do know those stunts actually do happen occasionally, right? So it's not like it's never actually been done in real life.
I didn't say that you can't jump them 3 buildings in Dubai because they're only a block away from each other. So if you get enough torque and enough speed behind you, you can jump the buildings. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, who the fuck cares? Race the goddamn car.
Okay. So, but you also said this about cars. I'm telling you about cars. If the motherfuckers find the car and describe the car, say it's the fastest car in the world, and then get out of there with the car, that don't entice you about cars at all. Man, never not talking. Okay.
No, that's just like me reading a goddamn book or looking at a commercial.
How many people read the book? When you
that's
love,
like
when
that's
you
like
love
me
the
looking
car, you already know about it.
That's like me looking at a motherfucking Bob Werman's car commercial. That's all that is. You see the car, he tells you about the car.
I know you know cars.
He tells you about the car, and then it disappears.
So I know when you go look at a car, you know what, you might not know everything about it, but you know what's in it. You might know, oh, it's all-wheel drive. You might know what tires come with. You might know stuff that you don't have to read in the manual because you like cars. So if you like cars, they're describing a car to you, and then using the car, I don't see how that's not related to cars. Now, it's not relating to racing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're not doing any racing. But what do you want them to do? Man, you want to go back to race wars?
This right here.
Actually, in what?
This right here
in 6. Okay, so you didn't see 6, but they went back to race wars in 6, and it was like a revamp just to see if Letty could get her memory back. Or maybe that was 7, 6 or 7. One of them. Y'all know. Y'all see the movie if you've seen the movie. Now she races against somebody. She wins. So they did the Fast and Furious thing. Now,
so that was one race.
Okay, but if you remember, in the 4th one, they only really did one race.
In the 4th one, if you count they did the stole. They was racing, driving. Then they did that. They showed hers. They showed his. Then they showed both of their shit.
What you mean?
With him and Paul Walker.
What you mean? You
remember they showed Michelle Rodriguez shit at the beginning. They showed hers. One? Yeah, they showed hers.
But that wasn't racing. That was her dropping off packages.
No, that was actually during the race. You remember they had the race, and then as soon as they finished the race, they was at that spot, and then they went and did what they had to do. Because if you won that race, then you was the person that was going to go on and go any damn way.
But that's what I'm saying. So yeah,
so they showed hers.
They showed her
Then Vin Diesel and Paul Walker had theirs. Then Vin Diesel did the exact same race. Then the car chase.
I don't remember that in the 4th one happening.
You don't remember the car chase at the end when they was going through the tunnels?
But that's not racing. That's what I'm telling you. That's not racing. But it does have to deal with the car.
What I'm saying is the thing that people got into was surrounding the cars. It's not about cars anymore.
I just told you. They did a race war.
But what I'm saying is the movies are not about cars anymore. This movie is about trying to figure out why Vin Diesel traded. The last movie was about defeating fucking Jason Statham. The movie before that was defeating his brother. The movie before that was to get the damn safe. It's not about, it has nothing to do with cars anymore.
If you remember, in the 5th one, when The Rock came in, the first time Rock came in, he said he needed a team of fast racers, people that knew the streets. Why did he need that? Because those are the only type of people that could catch those type of people.
Well, like
and
I
6,
said,
No.
I'm talking about 6. I'm talking about
6.
What I'm saying is
they recruited because these guys were too fast.
In 6, it was about stealing a damn safe.
No, 6